Not a good place to be, actually, him behind me.
Come on, fatty, out the way!
So he'll just choose to run over me. So
As you get the drilling, everything goes better. All
So
right?
actually, maybe we should have a whip round and I make sure every time I need to do something, I go on holiday. Look, it's down there. 20th of March. It's a cracking day with the weather. Michael and I are just having a good look round. Michael's sort of doing a handover, aren't you?
I am, yeah, thank God.
And you're out of here.
Yeah. Oh, you won't see me even dust
No,
tomorrow.
I'll see you at harvest. But so we're in the pea field here down at Barrington. It's the first field you said about drilling, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
And really nice block of land here, going from Barrington, across up the back here, and three large fields together, all grouped together. Unfortunately, they want to put the east-west rail through the top of that, which will devastate the sort of the beauty of the area. But anyway, peas have gone in really well, and this warmth will do so much good. But it's amazing how dry it is now on top. And you can see when you were drilling the way it's...
Literally, that's really yesterday that it started changing. We got some bright sunshine, was it the day before, strong wind, and it just changes just like that, doesn't it? And actually, you know, the clods on top are rock solid now. The peas are well into moisture, but it is going to want rolling once they're up.
Now, when do we roll, Michael, when they come up?
Well,
At what point will the rolls not break the stem of the peas?
Well, they want to be through and sort of, but not too big. You know, just when they're...
Well, as much as 6 inches.
Yeah, 2 to 6 inches, yeah. Yeah.
Right. And they'll take the roll?
They will. Yeah. They'll be fine.
Well, that's probably not going to be next week then. It's going to be the week after, is it?
Oh, crikey, it could easily... It'll be a bit after that. Yeah, they've only just nicely chitted. They'll be, I suppose... No, I suppose they'll be up. Yeah, they'll be up next week. Yeah, the week after next, yeah.
Yeah.
And you just have to hope that the ground conditions allow it. But if they don't and it's wet, then you'd be surprised how much these clods will mellow over.
Oh yeah,
over time.
quite a bit of rain and things.
It was interesting when we walked in here when he was drilling it. Before he'd drilled it, the land had gone, you know, it had capped and
sad.
It was, yeah, well, no, not sad, but it had, you know, you'd have combined on it, and in the, you know, the weather had put it down.
Yeah.
So it's surprising what the weather will do if you can't roll.
But then we don't have a winter though.
No. No, we don't have a winter, no, but we usually have the wettest month of the year in about May, don't we?
Yeah.
Or April, anyway.
Or August, actually, technically, isn't it? Yeah. When we want to get on and
we'll have some rain between now and then, I hope, anyway.
Yeah. But Raymond will finish rolling on the mustard, hopefully tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then we've got the SFI land to do.
Yeah, and I'm hoping
we'll have a look at that and see how that's, if we want to roll that or not.
There's some wheats I'd like to roll.
Right.
Yeah. The Field of Nightmares, could do with a...
Field of Dreams.
Could do with a roll.
Well, we had the information back from the mapping and stuff. Have they done that yet?
No, we only did it yesterday.
Oh, right. Was it
Well,
yesterday?
actually, we've had the map back, but we haven't. The sampling was done yesterday. We'll have it next week to show on YouTube.
Right, show and tell.
Show and tell, yeah.
Right, okay.
It'll be interesting.
No, this is really nice. I mean, what a great feeling, though, for the guys on the farm to actually... In what's a relatively short period of time, if you look at it in that sense, managed to get all the pea drilling done, all the mustard drilling, and now be on their way to nearly finishing the last pass of the fertiliser, bar what's got to go on the mustard as a second pass. But all joking aside, in the next week they could have finished all the fertilising before the end of March.
Well, it'll revolutionise this season because the last 2 or 3 seasons we haven't really got going till April, and it's been an absolute flipping nightmare
trying to get all in one.
You still have all the work to do, just in a smaller window. So now we've stretched it out, and it'll be and the other thing it'll do is help us get the timings right with the fungicides and things. I mean, we really struggled with that last year, and we could see that in the crops.
Well, if you're trying to drill with the same tractors and spray, you will always have a challenge. But that is part of farming, isn't it?
It is.
You either run out of people, or you run out of machinery.
Yeah.
You know, as you rightly say, we've effectively gained a month.
Yeah,
so,
we have.
You know, this hopefully will do us a really good turn. I've had I've had snow, you know, in April before.
Yes, I'm sure you have.
Yeah, I remember I put my car in the ditch.
Were you in the Alps at the time?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, I
Stop
see,
it.
okay.
But I remember I didn't want to go on the road because I thought it was too dangerous. So I thought I'd go in my car, and I was going down the track at the back of the farm. Actually, it was in the Field of Dreams. So it used to have another field in the middle of it. And I was going along there, and I got to the ditch, and I turned, and the car didn't turn. And eventually it got turned, but by the time it did, the ditch then, it just rolled itself sideways into the ditch. And I was so upset about it, I just stayed in the car, sulking. And I had to get Chris to come with 2 chains to pull the car out of the ditch, and I didn't get out, I just stayed in it. I was so upset about it. I was really upset about it. And I dented the entire side of one side of the car.
Oh, was that bad?
Oh no, did a proper job.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, as you know, my body shops and my car are not unfamiliar.
No, they're not. No, they're very well acquainted.
Go on, please, Michael.
I'm surprised.
I'm pleased.
Can you tell your face, please? It's like a spanked arse all day.
Well, no, do you think it's actually that the sun has Botoxed it? So actually, I can't see properly.
I don't know, but if this is what a holiday does to you, I'd send you to stay at home.
Do you think it's the sun shrunk all my ability to smile? Look, see, this is what I mean, look, Michael, where they've gone and blasted well dug across this first week. And of course, it's never where they dig is the problem, because that's just one. But it's getting between them, and what they don't take into account is when they come and do all this infrastructure work, is how much damage. And then when they go to compensation, they say, "Oh well, it's only 3 meters by whatever," but it's not, because it doesn't run with the sprayers or the tram lines. That's a lot of extra subsoiling work. That's broken through all the mould draining. You know, that's done a lot of damage. And that doesn't the compensation, you know, they say, oh, you don't get compensated. If they paid you 10 times the amount of compensation, you say, okay. But the compensation they pay, you have to argue and fight. You end up worn out in it. And the truth is, if you had the choice, I'll just have a walk up there. You would just say, well, you might as well drive up it because they have. You would say, no thanks, I don't want it.
No.
And I don't understand why infrastructure projects should be allowed to get away with this.
No. Of all the places they could have dug, and they've dug straight through a drain.
Oh. Look, it's proper stone drains. They were...
Have they done that deliberately?
They've gone straight through a drain. Well, as soon as you know there's gravel, you can stop, can't you? You don't have to keep going. Oh, God, now it's full of water.
Straight up there.
Oh, it's a proper drain.
What were they trying to achieve?
They're boring holes to put a new sewer in.
Yeah,
there he is, look, they're up there. Oh, unbelievable. Oh, that's so frustrating.
This is another one they filled in.
And what happens is, you know, they fill them in with the digger, don't they? As if nothing happened.
Yeah.
And then suddenly we get all these wet holes appearing.
Yeah.
And it doesn't happen immediately.
No, next year the crop will be poor.
Yeah. Poor old Michael. He doesn't want the exercise to get his steps up. So he's driving behind. It's not a good place to be, actually, him behind me.
Come on, fatty, out the way!
So he'll just choose to run over me. But look at this crop. And we're walking. What a beautiful crop. This is the big field I have, the 326 acres. I'm ready. The infrastructure projects are a real problem. Around Cambridge now we're being hit. We must have about 7 on the go at the moment. It's relentless. Absolutely relentless. But it's the damage and the lack of value back to the farmer. I just don't understand why it's such poor value back to the farmer. I mean, they can't do it without the farmer, but I don't see why they should treat the farmer so badly, as if the land is all for them. This is a mess, isn't it?
God, isn't it a crying shame? Why can't they do it in the summer when there's no crop in the place?
Well, I left it, if you remember. I actually left it for them to do before we drilled it.
Yeah.
So we could have tidied up and they didn't get themselves organised, and then they want to come in the...
Typical, isn't it?
Well, they come when it's wet. If they'd actually come now, it wouldn't be half as bad, would it?
No.
Did you get your steps up, Michael?
Huh?
Did you get your steps up?
Well, I was actually quite amazed how you managed to get to the top of the hill. I knew damn well you wouldn't get back again, so I had to bring the
Should we have a
car.
race?
No.
Should we have a race?
No, my back. Oh,
Oh,
my back.
oh, your back. Well, if you walk too far, you'll have to walk back.
I know.
Most agronomists are actually stick thin, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you
Like
go
me.
for your agronomist meetings,
I
they're
don't
more
know.
thin.
There's some fair fatties, I'll tell you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, oh yes. I'm not going to name names. Not going to name and shame my colleagues.
Well, it won't be Henry.
Have you seen this weed? I haven't seen a blade of blackgrass in it yet either.
No. I mean that's probably more to do with the timing of it as opposed to the type of drill.
Oh, it is. Later drilled. I've told you November drilling's the way forward. You'll do it every year now, won't you?
No. I'd drill in August if I could if I wasn't combining. God, I mean, Michael, when you look at crops like this and you look at the potential of the crop, it makes you feel like a real farmer, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it's brilliant.
God, it's a great crop. What I'm amazed at, Michael, is that even though it was on a Quadtrac, the wheelings,
I
there
know.
isn't the wheelings.
I panicked when we were at the time. I was quite concerned.
Were you?
Well, it was. It doesn't look like it now, but there was leaving a bit of a print.
Like here?
Yeah, and I couldn't understand how they could put the wheat into it and have it grow without a compaction issue. But you just would not know, would you?
Well, you do wonder, is it going to suddenly become stunted or something?
No, I don't think it will. Not now. No, I think on your system it establishes wheat a lot better in the weedings than any other of our drills does.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, because it literally put it at the same depth as it did anywhere else. Wherever you went across that drill, it was at exactly the same depth. Whether
Just
whether
the
it was
power of the coulters.
yeah, whether it was fluffy, solid. It was impressive. Don't tell George that though.
George Ward?
Oh, it'd be unbearable.
Yeah. Well, it won't be for me because I don't see him. It'll be for you though. I think he did a good job.
He did, yeah.
He did a lot though, didn't he?
I can't remember what now, but yeah, he did a fair bit. Yeah.
What would have 1,600 acres?
I can't remember.
It was a
Can't
fair lump,
remember.
wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Well, I
he
mean,
did.
I think it was the difference between us being drilled up
Oh, or
and
not.
not being drilled
Yeah.
up, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, the cost of him coming was insignificant if you
Yeah.
consider what we think the potential of this wheat is going to
Yeah.
be now.
Yeah.
I mean, in crude terms, Michael, a tonne,
Yeah.
a hectare is over £200.
I think it was a difference of being drilled up in that particular week or not, because that was critical.
Yeah.
You know, the drilling the following week,
Yeah.
then it got too close to the following rain,
Yeah.
and there's quite a lot of wheat that didn't
Overcame
do
quite
a
poor.
lot. We were just so blinking lucky.
Yeah.
So lucky.
Can you hear the birds?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
great to be a farmer, isn't it? To sit out
Yeah.
here in a field,
It is, yeah.
in the sun.
Yeah. I just about hear them over the tinnitus, but
Well, I mean, obviously when we did potatoes and sugar beet, we had a habit of drilling, didn't we? Right through from November right through till
yeah.
March.
Yes, indeed.
I mean, you know, it is a godsend on this type of land not actually having those break crops.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're walking, you know, from row after row after row, and actually the target population.
Yeah.
I am amazed by the drill
It's fantastic.
because I mean, bear in mind this, you know, wasn't direct drilled. This is in cultivated seabeds, and prepared, ready for us to drill as we normally would.
Yeah. You
It's,
see,
it's fascinating how it's pinched. It's got this sort of
Well, there's a lot more down each row. There's a lot more wheat down each row.
Yeah.
So, you know, where it's when with a different drill where it's spread out a bit more, it's probably
well,
not.
I suppose you would have had something in between if it's a Certo, wouldn't we?
Now, if you were using this drill in September, I think it might be a different story, because
In what way?
I am genuinely concerned about the amount of bare soil between the rows if you're in a high blackgrass situation, because there's nothing really to compete with the blackgrass.
So actually, if you had a bad blackgrass farm, that is a fantastic environment in a meterage.
There's nothing to compete with it.
Yeah, it'd be rampant.
Well, yeah, absolutely. If you had done your usual and drilled on the 15th of September and there's blackgrass there, the 5th, oh god.
It's all relative though. You always start, don't you, where you've got the less pressure.
Yeah, of course.
And then you move along, and you don't drill it all on the 5th, so you're still drilling going into October, aren't you?
No, absolutely.
It seems to me that the secret is, of course, Michael, when I go on holiday, everything gets drilled beautifully and done well.
That's nothing to do.
So
you forget the drilling, everything goes better. All right?
So actually, maybe we should have a whip round, and I make sure every time I need to do something, I go on holiday. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, definitely.
I don't want to vote on it because I might not like the outcome.
Oh dear.
This is an example of SFI where we've gone and took out some small fields. They're typically about 1 hectare fields, or they're 1.5 hectares, that type of thing. Or they are a sort of a dog leg, one for a better word, like this, where actually I bet with 48 metres, Michael, I bet that would be nearly touching one side to the other.
Oh, they are anyway. They are 36 metre.
Not touching. Now, they do when they come back on themselves, but I bet that 48.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah, so it's not a very practical field. It'd be better with some houses or a barn on it or something, wouldn't it?
Or a golf course. Oh, hang on.
Oh, hold on, there is a golf course. But, yeah, so we've drilled a couple of small areas like that. So Aaron's doing a great job getting all these drilled now. So hopefully in the next half a week he's got them all in, perfect time, and Raymond then can start rolling, can't he?
Yeah, yeah.
You want to get the wheats rolled first though?
Ideally, they're the crop. I think these will be all right. They'll come eventually. But, you know, we need to maximise the paying crops, don't we?
Yeah.
Not that this isn't a paying crop, but it'll
it'll
come anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you get paid the same regardless of SFI? Why would you bother rolling?
Well, because
Quality of establishment.
The SFI doesn't pay on you doing it. It pays on results. So if you drill it, it doesn't come, then in theory they won't pay you. You know, you can't claim for something you actually haven't achieved.
Yeah, and we need to do the very best of doing it.
Well, there's no point in doing it otherwise.
No, agreed.
But what you don't have to do with SFI is get the maximum yield. So you know, if we get this established, that's fine. We're not then looking to manage it to get a real good yield off it. We just need to get it established and then leave it to it.
Well, there is no yield, is there?
No, exactly. That's what I mean.
It's not measured in biomass, is it? It's
No.
not measured in
No.
offtake.
So what I'm saying is our management needs to be focused on the crops we need to get the best out of.
Absolutely. There's got to be a land drain here. The banks are slipped. There's going to be a land drain in here somewhere, which has got covered up. It's got to be. Do you know, it's actually quite pleasant today, isn't it?
It's lovely.
It's quite warm.
There's the land drain, isn't it?
Where?
Oh, is it? Oh, no, it's not.
What can you see?
No, it's not. Don't forget that.
Look, it's down there.
Don't do that, I'll never get out.
Oh, is it? Well, there you go. There's an old clay there, look.
Yeah.
The bank.
Why are you thinking there's a bank here?
Well, because if you've got a wet hole there, that has historically not been there before.
Oh, I don't know about that. It's there most years. It's you that's not there before.
Huh?
It's you that's never been there before.
Do you know, I hope that the bank gives way with you on it.
There is a clay here, look.
Yeah, I know, I saw it.
Sticky, no, not in the water, out
I
the
know,
bank.
it's at an angle, so the bank's collapsed.
Yeah.
I have to get the land plans and the drainage plans and find it. But for that mess to be there, well, we're
not sure
really
to-
do a rolling that down.
Well, you've got the rolls here.
Yeah. I tell you what, Michael, it's soon on the rain.
It had 2 mil last night.
You wouldn't know now, would you?
I don't know. The top's dry, but it's wet underneath, isn't it? It's lovely underneath. It's perfect. It's not easy to find mustard seed, is it?
No.
Especially not when there's a lot of limestone in the
Or if
soil.
it's the same colour.
Yeah.
If it depends if it has seed dressing on. You find it?
No.
Right. So if we're still stood in a month, you know what that means, don't you?
What's that?
There no seed went in.
Oh, don't say that.
I just can't believe we
Well,
haven't
we've been
seen
using
any.
it at the right rate anyway, so
Hey,
it's been going down.
you found it?
I found one.
Oh yeah.
No wonder you can't find it.
All right. That's tiny.
Yeah.
It's funny how we always do that, isn't it?
What?
When you find the seed, we then put it back nicely.
Yeah. Another one there, look.
Yeah. Once you get your eye in.
I'll tell you what, these wheelings want rolling, don't they? Just
Yeah.
to get the seed covered up a bit. Don't you think it's gone in well?
I think it's super. Yeah.
As long as the frost hasn't got it.
I don't say that. How bad were the frosts?
Oh no, only -1. It was the coldest.
How quickly after it was drilled?
Well,
Next
can't
day?
remember. 2 or 3 days, yeah. But it'll be fine. It's not up yet, is it? It's
No.
not even chitted, so.
Well, with this warmth though, the feel on our faces. I mean, is it had a nitrogen spray?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, is it
You'd be amazed what's gone on while you've been away. Did you have a good holiday?
Yeah. Don't know why I'm back.
No, I don't.
I see the comments keep saying you need your own channel, Michael.
Yeah,
I replied to one, and he says, "Oh, listen, I'm very happy to have more holidays."
We're very happy for you to have more holidays. 5.5, 6 mil on Saturday, so it'll be absolutely perfect.
Perfect, won't it?
Yeah.
And now what? 17 degrees. It must be warmer than 17 now, is it?
I don't know.
Feels it in this heat.
Does it tell me on there? 17.
Is it?
Yeah. It does tell me on there.
I knew it was cold.
Oh, well, tell us about the sunburn on your head. Oh dear. Oh, it's peeling.
What are you trying to say? It's the first time, Michael, I've ever felt the sun on the top of my head.
Yeah, well.
I think the sunbed must have been at the wrong angle, and the sun must have had a direct hit into the top of the head.
I think it's more to do with the fact there's nothing to stand in its way now.
Do you think there's deforestation they're going on up there? I kept seeing lots of older gentlemen walking around with baseball caps, and I thought, surely not. I haven't got to that stage. Surely
I
not.
think your handkerchief would be more
Is that a
appropriate.
handkerchief? Anyway, yeah, I knew about it when I got in the bath.
I bet.
So anyway, I had 6 days ill,
Yeah.
like seriously ill.
Thank God you were away. You're not a good patient, are you?
Alexandra wasn't, she got quite concerned in the end, but she wasn't very pleased that I wasn't very well. She had to get for dinner and everything on her own.
Oh dear.
I was only having a bowl of soup.
Sounds preferable to me.
What?
Go to dinner on my own if the alternative is with you.
Well, I don't know, you don't seem to mind if I take you for lunch and I pay,
Oh no,
do you?
that's different.
You don't put up a fright then, do you? Sorry, it's 'cause
Oh, it's my birthday tomorrow.
Is it really?
Yeah. Have you got my present?
That means you'll, after tomorrow, you'll be...
I won't.
Yeah, I know, you're not 50 yet, but
No.
you won't be long.
Fast approaching 40.
49. What, your wife isn't even 40, is she?
No, definitely not.
How old is she?
Oh, I don't know.
Yes, you do.
It's not 40 though.
Is that when you change her?
I'm not changing that one.
Keeping that one.
She's a
eh?
keeper.
Yeah, what about her father?
I'll change him.
You'll change him, yeah?
Bless him.
You didn't know he was part of the package, did you, at the beginning, hey?
No, I didn't.
Oh, dear.
Oh dear.
There's definitely something about ploughing seabeds, isn't there?
Yeah, well,
I mean, this is Hanslope Series clay, and you know, you look at the top, the way that frost and things got hold of that mould.
Yeah.
And to think that had a press over it as well, however heavy that is.
Well, there are various ways to do these things, but with heavy land, if you're drilling in the spring, there's a lot to be said for leaving a bit of air in the land and
it's gone down
leaving
hard
it
though,
rough
behind the wheels here, isn't it?
It has. Well, arguably,
quite a dip actually.
Yeah. Well, that's because we left it fluffy before. Arguably.
Was that a tram line, that one? No, that's the tram line there.
Arguably, if you know what you knew, if you knew then what you know now, you'd have left it a week. We were just plenty early enough going, but you know, we didn't know it was going to.
Hindsight farming. I mean,
I know,
you can't
it's
do
wonderful.
that, Michael.
No.
I mean, we've done that before, and then suddenly it rains. Doesn't come right, and we're at the end of April trying to get a crop in.
Or it dries out and never rains again, and then it doesn't chit anyway.
God, can you feel the heat on your back
It's
of your
lovely,
legs?
isn't it?
Extraordinary. You can probably feel it more, I think, because there's a lot more of you. These crops look good, apart from that wheat and those limes.
Oh.
You're
a master at dealing with problems like that.
Yeah, they'll disappear.
That won't look as bad as the barley will in the oats. I'm thrilled with this farm.
Really?
Oh, it looks brilliant. The wheat, I mean the barleys, we know what, we just had problems, didn't we, with it being excessively wet when we were drilling, but the wheat, well, when you imagine what they went in, well, I told you what they went in like, and I can't believe what they look like now.
Do you know, I really like those tractors.
Yeah. They
I had
don't
some
look
terrible tractors in my early career.
They don't look like 460 horsepower or whatever they are, do they?
I remember when I first started, what dogs I used to drive.
Is this a euphemism?
It's a euphemism, yes. Yeah. You know, when you look at rolls like that and you get used to them, you know, bear in mind the 24 metres, they don't look that big.
No.
Because I'm so used to them now. I think if 12 came in the field, I'd sort of think, where's the rest of it?
Yeah. These wheeling, you know, there's old places, wet holes where we sprayed, where when we were spraying, it dropped in a bit. Well, you know, there wasn't really much we could do about that. We could just have to put up with them until harvest.
Yeah. Well,
the rolls will help.
I want to map where they are and then go and actually see if I can solve the drainage issues, because it will be a drain or something is collapsed in the bank there.
Yeah. Well, that certainly looks like that, doesn't it?
Yeah. That will not be a difficult problem to solve.
No. But that corner's forever wet. It's been wet
Graham's
like
got
that
what,
for 5
another
years.
week?
Yeah.
Where he is in Bedford? Maybe a bit more. And he's done a lot of work. I mean, he's still there. I mean, he's been there since November.
I know. Don't underestimate the investment. It's a lot of money to.
I don't underestimate the cost.
That's what I mean. You know, it's a big cost, isn't it?
Well, yeah, because the diggers, you know, with the fuel, alone is over £500, isn't it?
Yeah.
A week on a 3-day week. Week in, week out, he's there.
Yeah, he enjoys it. I saw him this morning.
Yeah, he's doing a good job.
He's doing a good job.
But I mean, the nice thing about something like ditching is you can actually see where you've been. A lot of farming, you can't actually see what you've done.
No.
You know, if you're spraying or something like
No.
that. I mean, that's why I've always liked rolling. Is that, you know, you look behind out the back window and you can see the difference.
Yeah.
You know, you go up the field, you know, look back at what you've just done and you can see it.
Yeah.
You know, the Europeans generally don't roll.
Really?
Yeah, it's a UK thing.
Well, I have to say that I sometimes wonder whether it isn't a bit recreational.
Oh, really?
I do, yeah. I mean, we do. It's a necessity if it's dry, but you know, it does make you wonder when you look at what the land does over the winter with the sheer weight of rain on it. It's certainly autumn drilling, autumn.
Well,
rolling.
if we've got a rain on this, because you've actually got this quite well covered in, you would say, well, I'd leave it because as long as it grows, what's it going to benefit?
No, I think you'll want to roll the peas when they're up.
Yeah.
I think we're too late now.
Well, I said that when you were on the phone.
What, they're too late?
No, to roll them.
Oh, yeah.
But how long until they're up?
Well, I don't know. I'm going to go and have a look now. I don't know whether they've even chitted yet.
So this is what an 8,000 tonne grain store looks like. This is 33 metres by 33. You can see the dust line on the wall. You follow it up, it just goes below where each panel finishes. That's the height it goes to, then it goes under the base of the conveyor along the top, under the bottom of the A-frame. So, you know, really goes right up in the air, 14.5 metres there, and it's coming down to 8.9 on the outsides. And then it's got the ventilation pipes which go down to ventilate it. So Steve's just currently, well, he's down to the last ton by the look of it, cleaning out the shed. And then they'll clean this down. They'll get up with a cherry picker, they'll clean all the panels down, they'll wipe all the stanchions, blow all the roofs, and then it will get sprayed for insects. Make sure that there's no residual insects in here. And it's going to be refilled with milling wheat. So they'll be trying to turn this shed round now. And then the pipes I see are outside the shed. They're all up here. So they're currently just sat there for the minute while they're cleaning the store down. Then they're going to repipe it. This is the new Bailey Bowser, which has come. So, first time I've seen this. This came while I was away, but we put it on super singles. We don't necessarily need to go in the field with it. We just need to be in the gateways and up and down the road. So got them on. This is a lovely colour of green. See, I don't even have to spec it to be my green. It already is. And then we've got it's got a Yanmar diesel pump, so proper pump, 3-inch pipes on the valves, telling you how to alter in what configuration to get them to work, to fill or empty, free flow, empty, circulation. And this is nice tidy setup that, and it's all on rubbers for vibration, so that's good. It's actually nice, considering the last Bowser I had, I think Father bought it in 1991, something like that. So it shows how long a Bowser will last for us. So 16,400 litres. And we need 16,000 so it's got a little bit left over. It's got the mud guards and things on it. It's got the nice trays for the pipes. I didn't want a mixing system on it. I'm not a fan of the whole mixing idea. I know different people have different opinions of what they think on that, but I know a good fellow, Tom Hawthorne, sent me a message and says I'm missing a trick by not doing this is for chemical, to be able to carry the chemical with us. I'm missing a trick not doing the mixing, but you know, it depends on who's on the mixing Bowser, and I'm terrified of having a mistake. And then we had this put on as well so that we can carry the IBCs, because quite a lot of what we're doing now with the Roundup or the micronutrients, trace elements, or like the P release is all coming in now in these IBCs, so we can slot 2 on the front and then carry this round on the tractors. And Freddie's been using this and he's praised it, and the paint's still on the drawbar, so that's a good sign. There's Simon. Simon's coming to get a load. So we've got Futures wheat here, which is being loaded up. Yes, I'm pleased with that Bowser. Fiberglass tank. So I was told last night that there was rumours circulating that within the mini budget, which Rachel Reeves is set to launch for spring, is that they're talking about removing the red diesel duty, which is about, we use probably about 350,000 litres of red diesel. And so 50 pence of that would be equivalent to what we've got as a saving, you could argue, in that sense. So £175,000 actually is quite a big problem for me coming up with this harvest, on the back of the fact the SFI was cancelled. Our SFI is in, actually, as it is, but you know, various other factors. Somebody actually said to me last night that agriculture's now at war with the government, which is actually quite a frightening statement that somebody's made. But just having having a toddle up in my mind about the diesel situation, I could take about 140,000 litres. That's the capacity I've got of empty tanks currently today. And but there's a knock-on effect, of course. I've got to then pay for it within 30 days. So you effectively don't need the requirement of fuel between now and say July/August. Have to then find that income. So there's always these knock-on effects. Of course, the cash flow in farming, the worst time for cash flow in farming, generally speaking, is between March and July. That's where there's lack of income coming in and there's demand going out. And then we've just got about circling nearly 1,400 tonnes of milling oats currently unsold. Had some prices. Well, last year we got prices of 250 plus, and this year we're at 140 to 150 if we're lucky. So for milling, so it just goes to show what a difference in the marketplace. Well, in terms of budget, that's a huge volume of money now, which has effectively disappeared out of the budget. Strange time in farming. The balance now, cash flow coming in with the various factors of farming is a big focus. I think I'm going to have to sit down and spend quite a lot of time on focus between now and harvest ongoing, and what effect all these massive changes which are happening in farming. It's a real balance. Fortunately, then it comes down the line, it starts to hit all the subsidiary companies. I think the skill of what's coming in farming has never been so great. So that's what's consuming me currently today. The joys of farming. But anyway, other good news. We are about 85% done on the second pass of nitrogen. So that is the last pass outside of putting on the N20 or N18 for the milling wheats. And tankers are running hard backwards and forwards to Yarmouth, getting the fert to put on. And SFI, I think by Tuesday night, I would imagine, or certainly Wednesday, we've finished all the SFI drillings, just signed off some of the invoices, had over 11 grand of seed invoices just purely on SFI. So it's not for free if you look at it in that sense. It's quite a big expense. Spending about 200 grand a week currently on bills going out in the business. So got some quite toppy bills at the moment. So, you know, other cash flow requirements, just to put it into perspective, what the impact of the invoices are, and that's without the land rents are coming up to start being paid later this month, beginning of April, depending upon when those rents are due. But they're at least 600,000 I've got to find. So yeah, please, I had a holiday. Thank goodness. Anyway, so the guys are doing really well on the farm, having the weekend off. They've knocked out some good hours. They could put us in a very good, healthy place. Stood in the field of dreams, the bottom half. Got to chop this bottom end off. Horseshoe said they want 10 hectares of land for demonstrations. So just trying to work out, well, I'm going to draw a line to spray it off part of this field so that they can then have their area for doing their demonstrations. The yard aspect will be coming up to where I'm stood. So I need to alter the fencing, etc. So going in that back of that yard, it's a dump at the minute. Can't wait to get it cleared up. Don't turn, Tom. I don't want anyone seeing. You keep yourself still. I don't like mess. It's a big thing. I like everything regimented and right. And I come up here and it's not therapy. It tears me apart. And now it's getting a bit drier. I think I'm going to be putting on my work shoes. I'm going to be getting up here. I'm going to be having a bit of a serious tidy up. But can't wait to invite you all here in the end of June, and now working out where all the stands are going, etc. And I might have to drill this bottom area with grass to extend the amount of people who come in for the sponsors and things and their trade show stands. So I might have to just create a bit of a bigger area, and if I'm going to have to drill it with grass, I need to pull my finger out and do it next week. But we are making some waves. So our fourth emergency service has been out again, haven't we?
No,
I don't know why we call you fourth. I think you should be first. Huh? Because you can do mouth to mouth, can't you? So you could actually technically be...
I've been trained.
You've been trained, haven't you?
First, second,
I don't think
third
you've
and
got
fourth.
any takers, have you?
No, thank God.
But, so the rolls, the back gang, we think has been backed up, and because it couldn't get away because of the bank
there, yep.
there onto the track, it sheared it.
Yep, sheared the pin.
And it carried on, and then it fell off.
Yeah.
Because I would imagine what's happened is the pin's foot drifted, isn't it?
Yeah, it's sheared the pin that holds it in, and then as it's pulled forward, the pin's come out the hole and it's all gone on the floor.
So Freddie's come down with the forklift, picked it up, hitched it on, and we're up and running again.
Yeah, the wiring's very temporary, kind of all wrapped together, ripped where the pipe ripped through, because the hydraulic pipe on the ram,
Oh, where's in the lights?
it's pulled all the lights wires, so I've kind of wrapped them all together and got them working, temporary.
All right. Well, if you can get the get the mustard finished today, then we'll have to set about it on Monday morning.
Yeah, I've got the boxes and all that, but it takes ages to feed
I mean, he's
it all
literally
through.
he's got to do the fields around the farm after here, as in the wheat fields and things.
So
So you won't need the lights then.
No, no, it's just getting back to the yard, really.
Yeah, see what the weather's going to do. It does feel like a change now, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's
The
cool.
sun's gone, isn't it? You can feel something coming.
Yes, wind's got up and it's gone a bit cool. Go back and
You keep having your lunch.
help Michael.
What
after
is your
having
lunch today?
Sandwiches as usual.
Oh, okay. You're looking forward to harvest then?
Yeah,
Get fed
will
again.
be. Yeah, so I need to lose a bit first.
Oh, well, we've all got that problem. We've all got that problem. We're just standing near Michael.
Yeah, I'm going to go see him now.
Oh, yeah?
So, yeah, he's putting that drawbar back on
Oh, where is he?
in the yard, I think.
Is he back at the house, farm?
Yeah.
What did he do? He sort of sent me a message, but it was a little vague about the drawbar.
It turned a bit sharp, too fast
What was he doing was he on a tractor or forklift?
on the JCB, on that one. And
Well, he must have climbed it then.
if you could turn so far, and then the drawbar's got to stop on it,
Yeah.
and I think he kept going right round
What did he
tight.
banana it?
It's proper,
mean-
proper job.
We get through a few drawbars, don't we?
Yeah, I'm surprised we haven't got through more of them,
Yeah,
the way
yeah.
it's designed.
Can we weld this one up as a spare?
Yeah, no, it's beyond that.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Oh yes.
Now, rumour has it that Michael's got a story here that he hasn't told me yet. And there we are, he's trying to move. Can't now, I've parked in the way. So he can't get out. And let's find out. So, rumour has it, Michael. What is this?
Just a nice addition to one of your header trays.
Whatever has gone on here? How much was that?
Oh, you don't want to know.
Come on, tell me.
No, it doesn't matter.
Well, I'm going to find out, aren't
It's
I?
more than you'd want to spend anyway.
Well, that's why I'm worried that why you hadn't actually got me involved in this discussion. And this has come from Class Eastern,
Yes.
right? So I'm assuming that there's a bit of paper coming my way, so I'm going to find out. So we're delaying the...
Oh no, I paid for it.
You haven't?
Yeah.
Have you really?
Well, I bent it.
I realise that, but, well, you ought to...
You'll still get the paperwork because you'll need to claim the VAT back.
You better explain it to everybody else around here. They don't seem to work on that assumption. How much was that?
Oh, you don't want to know.
Come on.
Trust me, it's a little bit early to be joking about it at the moment.
still
I'm
sore?
yet to see the funny side of it.
Well, couldn't we have fixed it?
No, it's crippled it.
Well, I don't think so. I mean, it doesn't look unfixable.
Well, if you can fix that, then fix it and keep it as a spare, because I can nearly guarantee it'll happen again in the combine's lifetime.
Well, we go through them quite regularly.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Well, keep that one as a spare
No,
then.
but normally I ask somebody for... What happens is a lot of people want them with the short drawbar. So they take the long drawbars off.
No.
So they have them
Oh.
normally piled
Well,
up.
anyway, I bent it, I fixed it.
Well, I'm worried about what that's cost.
Yeah, well, you will be. But what you do need to do is help me lift it into position.
Well, no, you want a little forklift on it. That's going to be heavy.
It's manageable. I've just picked that one up. Between the three of us, when Tom puts his camera down.
Right. Simon's on his way to help you.
I know. But I thought we might have it done by the time he gets here.
I can't believe it.
Can't believe what?
I mean, you really did bend it.
Oh yeah, I did a proper job. I don't do
Did
things
you not
by...
notice?
Well, no, because I was looking at the front end. Because
Can you not feel it?
Well, I did as soon as it happened.
I think we can fix that. Let me make a call.
Well, I am yet to see the funny
Let me
side
make
of
a
this
call.
one. Oh. You're going to make a call?
Oh, wrong car. Sorry, wrong car. Just cleaning some winter barley. Just taking some ergot out of it. It's got some black grass ergot. So just cleaning this. And this will be going off up north. But, so nearly depleted on the barley stocks. It's all got to be gone by next month. So this shed will then be cleaned down and be empty, ready for next harvest. Andy the welder's been, he's made us a new box in the back here that are broken. That was 60 mil by 8 mil, and we've replaced it with 70 mil by 8 mil in there. And then we've obviously got to paint that. We had to do the same on the other side. Yeah, they always seem to snap about here. And then we've just got some plates coming. Horse, you're making us some plates, reinforcement type plates. And then Andy cut that out. He managed to get the broken bolt out of there, and then he's re-welded that on. So he's got, oh no, that's out. So he's got that one to put back together as well. But so that's going to have the rolls put back on. Just got to finish putting this back together, put them on. But because we're busy on the land at the moment, we'll come back to this. But he's back Monday, and hopefully we can get all these plates welded on, the strengthening plates, where we had to make some repairs. Were temporary, but got us through the season, but we need to just tidy that up now and make a smart job. So this is obviously battery operated forklift, the one they've painted up, but down in the back here there's some little micro switches in here. So we put 4 brand new micro switches on, because what's happening is when they turn in the wheel, once it hits the second micro switch in there, it basically loses drive. So we thought, right, well, let's change the 4 micro switches. And they've done that, and they've soldered them in, etc., and it hasn't solved the problem. So now we've got to jack it up and then try and do it to see if we're losing drive on the wheels. And it might be we've lost a phase or something in the motor here. But so currently this is not working according to plan, which is really annoying. But hopefully we can solve it. Otherwise we've got to take that out and take it to, say, Cambridge Rewinds and get them to redo it. I'm hoping it's not a disaster. We've managed to get some more first editions, Fendt 1167s, all with the PX logos on. So here next to the real thing. So this is actually cleaner in the box, don't tell Glyn. But it hasn't cleaned it since we finished the drilling. But yeah, if you want one of these, go to the shop, get ordering. The best thing about a holiday is going away. The worst bit is about coming back. So I came in this morning, I got my desk completely cleared of all the stuff that had been put on it. And I snuck out with Michael to go and have a look at the pea drilling, the mustard drilling, look at the rolling, etc. See, get a lowdown of where we got to, get caught up. And Marit has managed to then get a new pile of invoices snuck onto my desk. I'd already cleared an invoice like this. I think it always amazes me for in 1 week how many invoices the businesses, from suppliers is receiving, and how many she has to go through and cross-reference, and then I sign off so that then they can then go into the system to be paid. Huge amount of invoicing there, and I in fact I can't face it tonight. I'm going to have to come and do it tomorrow morning when I'm feeling fresh again. I'm on a slightly different time zone today because it's 4 hours difference, but it's sort of 4 hours the wrong way, if that makes sense. So, currently I woke up at about 3 in the morning ready to rock and roll, and of course it was 3 in the morning UK time. But anyway, good day today. Really pleased with some of the crops. Spring's here, the temperature's warm and the sun's out. Some of the crops look fantastic. The guys have done great on the building site, etc. Chris and the gang, and the farm boys are really making a difference. They're out there. They're getting getting the fertiliser, getting the SFIs in, getting all the drilling done. I mean, putting us in such a great place. So pleased. It's such a great thing to be in, you know, on the front foot, one for a better word, rather than, you know, working against us with the weather. So it's nice that the weather's working with us, and then hopefully this weekend there's going to be some rain. That will just sort of help bring it along and get it chitted and get it out the ground, especially with some sun and no more frost. So some good news. Tom has managed to source some more little tractors, which hopefully he'll nod at me now, but they're 1167, which is Glyn's tractor, and hopefully there might be some 942s. No 942s, only 1167s this time. So if you want them, they're going to come live, I believe, Sunday, so you'll need to get them ordered. There's limited supplies, so if you're interested in those, then get booked, and Tom will get them dispatched here.